Hi everybody, welcome back. Today I am doing the second part of my Chasing Sonic series. For those who haven't seen the first part, which you should definitely go and watch it first just so you can see that stuff. But basically what the series is focused on some of the Sonic related sort of merchandise and toys and things that I've managed to collect. Not only in the short term, I mean that's the focus of it, but also over the years. So I'll probably do these every so often just to kind of give you guys an idea of some of the stuff that I've managed to sort of find out there in the world and collect. And there's no sort of rhyme or reason to it. It's just kind of a hodgepodge of stuff that I come across as I'm cleaning out my closets or boxes or going through stuff around the house. So again, if you haven't watched the first part, definitely check that out. But this is the second part of Chasing Sonic. So we'll start off small today. Again, some of this stuff I think you've seen posted on Instagram or my Instagram account, which is Frostman007. But for those of you who have not subscribed to my Instagram, especially in recent months, then this will be new to you. But apologies to those who've already seen photos of some of this stuff. But now you see it in motion, sort of. So the first thing today is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. This was kind of a neat thing. We always like to do exclusive stuff at Sega. San Diego Comic-Con is obviously one of the big kind of movie, toy, superheroes, comics, all that stuff, sort of epicenter every year. So having a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive for 2009 was great. And for those who are not aware, we did this metal Sonic figure. And it's pretty neat. I think most people praise it for its really good paint job, which is awesome. You can also kind of see the turbine jet in the back, which is very detailed. The arms sort of move up and down, and then the head is rotated. This was actually a very nice gift from one of the members of our Sega community team back in the day, because I don't actually think I was at that Comic-Con. So this was a great addition, and I'm definitely wholeheartedly appreciative of that. It sits here on my desk in the corner, sort of protecting things. So that again is a Metal Sonic 2009 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Moving on to something a little bit more unique. I've always wanted one of these, but it kind of sold out every time I checked up on it. And what it is, there's this company called 72 Pins, and what they do is they take old Nintendo Entertainment System cartridges, and then they print high quality sort of new decals or stickers for them for games that would have never appeared on the system, like BioShock or just different popular sort of franchises, Assassin's Creed. And they kind of do pixel art for those franchises to make it look like what the cartridges would have looked like back in the day if you were playing on the Nintendo Entertainment System. So when I saw that they had one of these, I had to have it. But again, I think 2 times that I tried to get it, it was sold out. And then eventually they did another run of it, and I managed to get it. And why this is kind of interesting and kind of exciting for me is due to the relationship, or at least the last few years, of the relationship between Nintendo and Sega, specifically around Sonic. I mean, we've done a lot of titles on Nintendo platforms, but as many of you know, we've had a sort of long-standing relationship with Nintendo based on Sonic and releasing a lot of the Sonic titles on their on their platforms, whether it's Wii or the Wii U, etc. So the thing I'm talking about here, as far as Nintendo cartridges, is the Sonic the Hedgehog NES game. And I love the artwork that they did for it. I sometimes leave this on my desk and people always come across, and people who are not sort of sure, or sort of not really familiar with industries, kind of think about it for a second and say, wait a minute, Sega had its own platform. Sonic wouldn't have been on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Like, exactly, that's the whole point about it, and that's what's so great about it. I love these cautionary things on the back too. It says, "Do not throw mama from the train. Do not dance with the devil in the pale moonlight," which is an awesome quote. And then, "How about a nice game of chess?" So you got "Throw Mama from the Train," you got Batman, and then you've got War Games, which is pretty hilarious. You know, I should do that. I've never plugged this into my Nintendo Entertainment System to see what game it is. I think that'll take away the magic a little bit. But again, 72pins.com. Great guys. They do a whole slew of these. So if you're interested in some of that sort of new kind of retro and nostalgia kind of feelings for this, these are great things to pick up and add to your collection. I'm trying to think of the best way to sort of showcase this, but again, there you go. Next, we're going to go back in time a ways. In the first part of the Chasing Sonic series, I showed you a pamphlet that I picked up at the Tokyo Game Show, basically the year that Sonic Adventure was originally going to come out for the Dreamcast. And at those Tokyo Game Shows, especially back in the day, companies released tons and tons of merchandising for their big properties to get people excited, to add to the collectability of it all. This was obviously done for Shenmue, which I have a lot of original stuff for, which I've shown you guys some of it. But also, of course, Sonic Adventure being the big, huge title that's coming out that year. So, again, I picked up a lot of stuff at Tokyo Game Show that year. This was a great sort of purchase, and I love it. I always forget I have this because it's kind of buried away. But it is a Sonic Adventure pin set with all sort of the main characters. And again, this is from 1998. So this is probably the spring Tokyo Game Show from 1998, since the game came out, I believe, in Christmas around December-ish of that year. So this is definitely a kind of a cool addition to have. I don't think many people have this, since I think it was only sold at Tokyo Game Show. Sega might have sold it later on through a website or something, but you know, it has all the key characters, including Big the Cat, which is obviously a fan favorite for some. So kind of a neat collection, kind of a neat presentation, and definitely I'm thankful that I managed to pick this up. And what is so sentimental about it for me is that I picked a lot of this stuff up when it was available. You know, obviously I'm not able to go everywhere all the time, and I have to order stuff through online or eBay or things like that, but it's neat to have a large assortment of things that I was able to purchase back in the day, you know, with the rest of the fans who were really excited about stuff like Sonic Adventure. So there you go. All right, what next? Oh, I'm going to show this again because someone had posted about this in relation to one of my other videos, probably the first part of the Chasing Sonic. And they had asked if I had it, and I almost forgot that I did, but I actually have two of these. One's still in the case and one is loose, I believe. And that is the sort of exclusive Shadow the Hedgehog controller that we released in conjunction with the PlayStation 2 game. Obviously, the game was released on multiple systems, but this is a PlayStation 2 controller. And it has exclusive artwork on it. It's hard to see because of the red dome. It's probably, you can see Shadow in there, printed on the controller. It's pretty much sort of a smaller DualShock 2 controller. And then it has, instead of circle, triangle, square, X, it has these different sort of symbols that are associated with the game. So a pretty cool controller. The art is pretty neat on it, and I kind of stumbled upon this by accident, but it was developed by Newbie Tech Video Game Accessories. And let's see, is there anything else? No, just standard legal stuff. Basically, I believe from 2005. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the game came out in 2005. That sounds about right. So there you go. The Shadow the Hedgehog exclusive customized controller that was released in conjunction with the game. Okay. Let's continue on, jump back to the Sonic Adventure theme. This is another one. I originally bought one of these, again, I believe at Tokyo Game Show, but it disappeared somewhere, so, which is unfortunate. But I stumbled upon another copy, not copy, I guess another another version of it. And this is from 1998, and it is a Sonic Adventure Chao. Let me rotate this here so you can see it. Sonic Adventure Chao. I don't know what you'd call this. It's almost like a huge shot glass. It might be just considered a large cup in Japan. For those who obviously have not been to Japan, sizes in Japan are a lot smaller than they are in the United States. You know, the United States is full of extra large and super sized sodas and things, and Japan has always been pretty small in regards to sizes of portions. So, you know, this thing, which is relatively small, would probably be like a large soda for them, which I appreciate. You know, I think in many ways that portions and things in general in the United States are a bit too large, and of course in Japan sometimes they're too small. Like a small soda in Japan you can finish in like 2 sips. But again, this is from 1999, and you know, basically Sonic Adventure Chao glass. So pretty cool. Okay, let's see here. Continuing our Sonic Adventure theme, this is the Fun for All Sonic Adventure plushie, I guess, what you'd call it. Stuffed, you know, stuffed Sonic. And I actually like this one because he's sort of in his running pose a bit, and it has a nice sort of packaging for it that you can stand it up and have it on display without having to take it out. And this was released, let's see, 2000, I think. Yeah, so from 2000, again, the Fun for All Sonic Adventure, Sonic the Hedgehog, and he's got oh, that's funny. Artwork must have been kind of limited back then, because you notice they have the Funky Walker Dirty Talker Sonic, but to make him spin, they just basically rotated the Dreamcast box image to make it look like he spinned. But anyway, you got to do with what you can. I think it gets the point across. It just looks a little bit strange to have him in that pose, but rotated. Anywho, got the pose on the side. I love packaging like this. Like I said, it's great. They tried to pose him. He's got his foot sort of cocked back there, and he's about to start running. And it's just neat, sort of, to be able to display it like this. I love that. So there you go. Okay, let's see. Now I'm going to jump back to Shadow. So in the first episode again of Chasing Sonic, you saw the Sonic backpack that I had. This isn't a backpack, but it's relatively the same size, sort of ratio and height. It just doesn't have the straps and the zipper in the front for storing stuff. And that is, yay, the Shadow Giant Stuffed Plushie. This is pretty large, as you can see, gigantic. I love the larger scale sort of characters that they release. These are great. The smaller ones are sort of nice to have too. I have a lot of other Sonic ones sort of in the back over there, kind of on shelves and stuff like that. But you know, I really like the large size ones. They're really neat. And I don't know if this strap is going to be strong enough. I guess you could hang it up here. I'm a little afraid the weight of this is pretty hefty. I'm afraid the weight of this would sort of bring it down. But there you go. Got the boot jets. Yay. And then this is, let me see if there's a year on this. I don't see a year on it. I always hate that when there's not a copyright year or anything on that. You can't really easily tell when it came out. But this one was manufactured by the Great Eastern Entertainment Company, Incorporated, located in Compton, California. So definitely a high quality stuffy. Like I really think they did a good job on this. So there you go, Giant Shadow. Hello, goodbye. Okay, let's see here. What else we got? We have a, going smaller, we have a Sonic the Hedgehog keychain. And, you know, this isn't very rare or anything like that. I'm sure a lot of you probably have these. We've released a myriad of keychains over the years and over the decades. So this is just one of the other ones. I like it because it's very simple. It's just his face, or his head, I guess. And, you know, straight and to the point. Makes a nice addition to a backpack or a bag. And, you know, short and to the point. And you can actually put keys on this too. So, well, duh, it's a keychain, so of course you put keys on it. I'm just used to putting these on backpacks instead of actually putting keys on them. So, there you go. Sonic the Hedgehog keychain. Okie dokie. Going a little bit more nostalgic again, back in the day. I have from 1992. So this is way, way back in the early days of Sonic, which is basically this. It looks like a folder, but it is actually a merchandising or sort of, I think, marketing kind of tool. And this was probably sent out to press in order to give them a little bit more info about Sonic the Hedgehog. And so it opens up to sort of 3 screens with a bunch of info about Sonic. And then there's obviously a folder, a place where you can put press releases and things like that in here. So this is pretty neat. I thought this was in amazing condition when I saw it. You don't see many sort of things from multiple decades ago that are in great condition. This has still got the gloss and shine on it. The edges are a little bit, you know, messed up. Not messed up, they're like kind of rubbed in. But the pages, the glossiness and the quality of it is really, really good. So, what's some of the stuff it says? Welcome to Mobius. Missed him again, eh? Don't feel bad, everyone does. That's because he's busy saving Mobius from the evil Dr. Robotnik, a real bad egg whose robo-SWAT team is out to capture all of the living creatures on the planet. See, ever since the accident, old Robotnik has tried to robotonize everyone by tossing them into his Vegomatic machine and scrambling their whoosh. There he goes again, off to the Marble Zone via the Spring Yard detour. Don't worry, he'll be back. No point in trying to follow him because you'll never be able to keep up. With Sonic, that is. Who else would we be talking about? So it goes sort of on and talks about the relationship between Sonic and Eggman, sort of establishes their roles in the game. And again, this is from 1992, and love it. It's great. This is sort of the stuff that I really, really like having and keeping, because these are the sorts of things that just disappear, right? A folder or a binder, those are things that people like, well, it's not really that important, but actually these are some of the most important things. These are just like the merchandising and the sort of press materials and, you know, that were released by Sega, and they get tossed by the wayside, and yet they are some of the most sort of important and nostalgic sort of aspects of Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. So there you go. Let's see what else. Okay. This was a neat find. I'm pretty sure this is not in any way rare or anything, but I loved it because I didn't have one. And that is the Sonic the Hedgehog Pinball. So, I have no idea what year this was from, quite honestly. But it's still in really good condition. It uses like 3 D batteries, which is a lot actually, just to power this sort of score keeper right here. And every time you hit one of these sort of springy things, it counts towards the score. So in some ways, you know, it's very similar to what a regular pinball machine would, but not as fanciful. And you've only got 2 sets of small bumpers or flippers at the bottom. So and then you can rotate the ball into place using this dial, and of course you've got the launcher. So pretty heavy actually. This whole back section is quite heavy, mainly probably because of the batteries, but you know, there's just some circuitry in here too that seems pretty heavy for some reason. But there you go. Sonic the Hedgehog. This is the full sort of image of the background of it. And then there you go. And you know, nothing crazy in the back or the bomb or anything, just pretty typical. But that is Sonic the Hedgehog pinball machine. I'm gonna look up what year this is. If you guys know what year this is offhand, oh wait, oh no, this could have been any year because the copyrights are from 91 to 2000 and then 2001 to 2004. So that doesn't really help. I'm expecting that it's around 2003, 2004 time frame for this. So I'll look it up, but that's my guess. Okay. Let's see what else. I'll do one more thing, just because I have some other stuff piled up here, but I don't want this video to be too long. So I'll show you this one last item. I have no idea when or if I would use this, because obviously once it's used, it's not good anymore. But you know, this is a lovely party device that you should be familiar with. Handcrafted in Mexico by a company called Fegu. And I think it's Diopen Fegu is the full name. And it is the awesome Sonic the Hedgehog Pinata. And yes, we had... Sonic does really well in sort of party stuff. You know, last episode of Chasing Sonic, I showed you guys the table cover, party table cover. So we've done lots and lots of stuff along those lines, hugely popular. And, you know, I expect that Sega can continue to expand on that market just because there's so much potential and so many different things that they can do with Sonic characters out there. And this is, I love this pinata. It's great. Like, it's got the nice little streams on it. It has, I love that it actually has very detailed instructions on how to use your pinata. Oh, something to do of note. This pinata is flammable. Keep away from open flames. Of course, because it's basically cardboard and you know, paper. So there's a little sort of a, you can see the hole in the back where you shove all the candy in. This is the most tedious process of any pinata kind of making thing, is where basically the hole is always super small and you're trying to shove tons and tons of candy into a very small hole, which takes like forever. But yep, there is Sonic the Hedgehog Pinata. And again, I'm not sure, this is what year? This is in the 2000s, I think. I think this is probably from 2007. So a while ago, but not too crazy long ago. And again, it's pretty much in mint condition. And you know, still got the hanging strap and all the pieces. There's no holes in it. All of it is still covered. So really great addition to sort of any Sonic the Hedgehog fan collection. And I'm glad it's part of mine. So I think that is a good place to stop today. Again, I don't want these videos to go too long. I definitely have a lot more Sonic and Sega stuff to share with you guys as far as merchandising and toys and everything else in between. So I hope you enjoy these journeys with me as far as kind of reminiscing about some of these collectibles and when and where I got them. And hopefully you'll tune in next time when we do a Chasing Sonic Part 3. I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but hopefully in the very near future as I continue to dig stuff out of my storage room. But thanks again for listening. Appreciate you guys all coming along for the ride. And I will see you next time for the next great adventure. Take care. Bye.